I want to explain to you why I see the entire anti-right to repair argument as a giant gaslighting shit test. There was a data breach recently where an Apple service center uploaded a sex tape from a customer's phone to Facebook. And this came out as news after there was other news that someone who worked at the Genius Bar had sent pictures to themselves from a customer's phone that had some raunchy content on it. Now, when it comes to the third-party service centers, the third-party service centers are constantly asked to defend themselves against the accusation of a hypothetical. The hypothetical situation where a hypothetical repair shop breaches a hypothetical customer's data, an event that they have never been credibly accused of, that has never shown up in the news, that the people accusing them of this in this hypothetical admit that it's purely a hypothetical. That's the reason that independents should not have access to chips, schematics, or tools necessary to do their job and help their customers. However, when a first-party authorized service center uploads sex tapes from a customer's phone to the internet and pretends to be the customer, that's reason enough to blame the customer. We don't focus on the first-party repair shop that the defenders of the first-party repair are admitting should not be trusted with the data. Because by calling the customer an idiot for having that on your phone, what you're doing is you're saying that you're an idiot for trusting first-party repair shops with your data at all. Yet, they should be allowed to have access to chipsets, schematics, and diagrams for repairs that they don't even do because the manufacturer does not offer component-level repair. So the manufacturer that actually is incredibly accused and admitted to leaking customer sex tapes and having no respect for data privacy should be allowed to have access to chips and schematics that they don't use. But independents, which may hypothetically do it in the future but have never actually been credibly accused of doing this, may not have access to what they need to do their job that they do every day. I want you to think about how, A, this is a giant glaring admission by the people that defend first-party repair, that defend manufacturers, that even they believe that you cannot trust the manufacturer with your data, and you are an idiot if you trust the manufacturer with your data. You are an idiot for not factory wiping your phone before sending it back to the manufacturer, even when you can't factory wipe a phone that doesn't turn on. And you can't take your data off of it because the manufacturer designed this specific device with no micro SD card slot, so your data is stuck in the device. But B, I want you to think about what a gaslighting shit test it is, that when the first-party repair center does something wrong, well, the customer is an idiot. But when the third-party repair center, by their own admission, has never done anything wrong, but may potentially do something with data security in the future, that's not the customer's fault. That's the third-party repair shop's fault for something they haven't even done. So when some journalist says, well, what about data privacy? Aren't you concerned about data privacy? What about data privacy when it comes to right to repair? I want you to stop becoming defensive and going, well, I would never steal someone's data. I've never stolen someone's data. We care about data. Instead of becoming defensive, I want you to turn the question around on them. I want you to look them straight in the eye and say, you seem to really care about data privacy and security. You seem to really care about this when you lobby against right to repair. Show me how often you've lobbied against Google and their attempts to trick people into making their location data available when they've already clicked no. Show me how many times you've lobbied against Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook's attempts to trick you into collecting as much information on you as humanly possible that you did not consent to through tricky EULAs and service agreements. Show me how many times that you have reported how first-party repair has actually leaked data confirmed more times than third-party repair. Show me how many times you've brought up that first-party repair has been in the news more often in the past several years for leaking customer data than third-party repair. Oh, you haven't done that. Well, it seems like you don't care very much about data privacy and security then. Call me back when you actually do. The fact that we even see it as a necessity to defend ourselves against this asinine claim makes it into a, well, they say that data security isn't important, that side does, I guess it's a wash, who knows who to believe. That's insanity. That's insanity, because what we're doing is we're accepting a ridiculous premise. When people defend the manufacturer by saying that you must be an idiot to trust them with your data. That tells you everything you need to know on how much they believe that the manufacturer is actually trustworthy when it comes to data privacy and security. And it tells you that this point is just a talking point, as just another reason to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt. When we did a focus group 2 weeks ago, the number one argument that actually worked on people was data privacy and security. And it's because we have not gotten this message across enough. We haven't brought up all the times that the manufacturer has leaked customer data, and when the largest offense by the people who support that manufacturer have been, well, I mean, you can't, just read the top comments in my last video. You can't trust the manufacturer with that stuff. You're an idiot. Why would you leave that on there while sending it? You can't trust Apple with your data. Wow, man. Wow. I don't think that we should accept the premise of this shit test. If we do accept the premise of this shit test, then it's on us if 2 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 years from now, we own nothing. We simply rent it until it's time to buy another one. I'm staying at a mildly nicer hotel tonight than the last 2 days. The last 2 days I stayed at this like $50 motel resort, and there were some crackheads yelling outside my room until 4 in the morning, and there was this really weird stain on my towel, which made me very happy that I brought my own. So I'm kind of making up for that with this place. This place had a pretty nice pool and a volleyball net up. I honestly, I'd probably be better off without the volleyball net, because I wound up losing a game of pool volleyball to my old receptionist and a 14-year-old girl. So I have a very bruised ego right now. I'm about to head back inside and go to sleep. That's it for tonight, and as always, I hope you learned something. By the way, there's going to be a meetup tomorrow. I am going to include some information down below at 1 p.m. in Orlando, Florida. So if any of you want to come, you're welcome to come by, say hi. I'm going to be there for about 30, 45 minutes to, just say hi, talk, and whatever. We had about 25 people show up to the last one, which I consider to be a decent success. So hopefully we'll see who shows up to this one. Anyway, that's it for tonight. And as always, I hope you learned something, and just in case the crappy hotel Wi-Fi takes forever to actually upload this video, when I say that the meetup is at 1 p.m., I mean June 9th at 1 p.m. So June 9th, 1 p.m. at the address you see in the description down below. Anybody who wants to show up, I'll be there. See you later.